Okay. Welcome to the third episode of the podcast. We have a nice set of game news and the game awards for everybody today. We'll first start with our usual introduction, which is to simply just quickly shout out the channel and get through and make sure everybody knows where our socials are. And I'll have a quick extra couple of notes, and Spoon, of course, will pitch in on some of those, particularly with like movie night and game night weekends for our specifically for our Discord community. So I'm Otto. Spoon is here. Hi, Spoon.
Hi.
And let me just get through this social super fast. So our Twitter, our Twitch, and our YouTube are on the overlay that you can see right below where my camera is positioned. We would appreciate if you're watching these live in particular, just make sure that you're of course following the channel, particularly if you're interested in the content. Be sure to follow our Twitter. All the updates regarding the podcast and some of the stuff I'm going to talk about later are going to come from there. And also be sure to check out our YouTube. That includes subscribing to the channel. We would appreciate it. I know for a lot of people that it's a very simple thing, but it's very important to us to get. There's like three core things that I think are really important on the YouTube side. If you subscribe to the channel, that's very important. Alerts on or off. Also, whenever I post these videos of the podcast, which typically go up the day after, depending on how my uploads go, the it's a good idea if you're liking the videos. Again, that does help us. Even like that very small uptick is very helpful. And finally, if you're willing and want to, commenting on the videos is a good idea. Generally, for this, what I would say is if you will, we're gonna have the Game Awards tomorrow. I'm gonna try and upload this video actually tonight so that it goes live tomorrow morning. If you be so kind and you want to help support us, not just like the video and subscribe, but maybe throw a comment to some of the awards that we're going to talk about today, particularly Game of the Year and all that stuff. Maybe give your choices there. It seems like a very small thing, but it really does matter. The YouTube algorithm works a very specific way, and certain things are a factor. So be sure to do all that. Also, we have a Discord. There should be a bot command for it. If somebody wants to do !Discord, you'll get a link for it. Be sure to join that because I'm going to quickly segue into our other topics. We are going to be setting up two particular community events. The first one is a movie night, and that I don't know if that's going to get set up this weekend. Partly my fault. My schedule is really bad because I have finals for school. But we're looking at. I'm just checking, making sure. We have Frozen on the dock for movies, but we also have Spoon. Is it actually called Your Name?
Yep, Your
Okay.
Name.
And can you give like a quick synopsis of what Your Name is?
It's an anime movie where um basically two teenagers, a boy and a girl, end up like body swapping, magic body swapping and living each other's lives. And
Got it.
yeah, it kind of goes from there.
Okay. And there have been movies about this, live action movies. There's like I don't remember the name specific off the top of my head, but there's a couple of these movies out there. There's also, if there's other movie options, at some point maybe during that, like before we start the movie, I'll like show my entire list of movies on Vudu, and people can sort of look and pick which ones they like. So that's also something to think about. We're also looking at setting up a community game night. So a specific night, probably on weekends, where people want to get together in the evening and we all do like a group game. So the game I suggested was Phasmophobia. However, it doesn't necessarily have to be that game. I simply suggested Phasmophobia because that game is really fun and it's really cheap on Steam right now. So also I'm pretty sure it doesn't require a lot of high specs for your computers. I'm fairly certain anybody could run it. It's a great game. I would highly encourage people to play it. If you're like a easily scared person, it is like there is some horror element to it because you're finding ghosts, but I find it's not that scary, and I'm kind of a sucker for scary movies. Like I'll get scared easily. When we played Dead Space in college, I got super scared. It's not that scary, but I know people who are like, oh, I don't do horror games at all. If you're like that kind of person, I guess don't play it. But I don't find the game particularly scary. I think it's more just funny to provoke the ghost. I think it's just more funny. But that's something we'll do again, probably starting next weekend. For that in particular, and we'll get that set up in our Discord. Let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. I have one more thing. Last thing I wanted to plug in here. I've been rambling on here for a while. The I am still doing the AC Valhalla streams. I'm still doing them on this channel. I did it on my personal channel yesterday because I didn't have anything else to do after I finished all my Genshin Impact stuff. But those will still be happening after I'm done with my finals next week, which I'm hoping is after Thursday. Then I'll be playing it a bit more for another week, and then we're gonna talk a bit about some of the stuff with our holiday game plan. But I'm hoping to finish AC Valhalla after my finals are done, like that week after the finals, so that I can move on to other stuff. So yeah, okay, I'm done rambling now. That was all the intro. I'm done rambling. I'm sorry, but it has to be done. Has to be done. So, Spoon, before we get into game news and stuff, can we actually talk a bit about the concrete plan regarding our schedule for playing our games that we've suggested for each other, and also the two games that we decided to go with from the chat and the community and such. So you can go here. So you have Walking Dead season 1. Are you going to be playing it on Steam? I assume you are.
Yeah, I bought it already.
Okay, you already bought it on Steam. Perfect.
The other day. Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready. I mean, I'm pretty much ready to go with that. My final is tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. So I'll be done by like 9 a.m. tomorrow, and yeah, then it's just pretty much on your schedule, to be honest, like when you're available, because I've got about a month off, though. The first week of January, we're going to be going out of town.
I got you.
I'll be gone that week. But basically the next 3 weeks or so, I'll be pretty much entirely free for whenever.
Got it. Okay.
To do stuff. So.
Okay. So for me in particular, I think pretty much a month off as well. I think I go back to school sometime mid-January. Go back to school meaning like classes start again. I doubt the school will open, the campus will open. But I would say for me, like I said, I want to finish AC Valhalla the week after. Like the week after finals, I want to just be like hopefully done with it, so that that would be like around the time of Christmas. I can spend the rest of those next, I assume what'll take 2 to 3 weeks to play my game. So I would say for starters,
good luck.
You do, yeah. No. If I don't finish it in that time, you guys can't. It's going to take a lot longer to finish, because once school starts, that's it. I have actually more classes next semester.
I'm sorry, that is not a short game, the one you picked.
I know, and like I just said it. If I can't finish it in those 3 weeks, in the 3-week window, that's it. It's going to take a lot longer. So I would say for you in particular, since you're done with your finals this week, I assume it's all the finals this week, right?
Yeah, no, I mean I have one final, and it's tomorrow morning. That's it.
I would say feel free to do it, like, either this weekend or next week. Like I'll be like, just tell me when you're going to do it, and I'll try to be available, of course. I just want to see the first couple.
I know you said that you wanted to be there for at least the beginning.
Yeah,
so
the beginning will be fun.
That I wanted to coordinate a little bit.
Okay. So
I'm also, I mean, we can talk about this outside, but yeah,
sure.
I need to get the overlays and stuff from you. So
yeah. No, I'll be passing all that stuff to you, of course. But so if you were to start, like I said, assume that you don't have to like start when I start my game, which is like around Christmas time. Would you start next week, or would you rather start earlier? just so we can
Um,
let people know that, like, okay, we're starting this week or next week.
yeah, I mean, I'm probably good to start it. Yeah, this week or this weekend.
Okay,
Just get going.
cool. So,
Because I mean, I've got. That's not the only thing I'm going to be playing. I'm going to be playing 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim on my own channel, and then
mm,
yeah, I'm getting back into 2FM Rando a little bit. I did one of those last night,
yep.
so I may be doing that as well.
Okay. Like I
So
said, the game is not long. You will finish that game in, I would say, less than 20 hours. It's
okay,
really short. It really is. So I would say, actually, you know what? It's probably like a 10-hour game, if I'm being honest with you. Because each chapter, I think, is like 1 to 2 hours, maybe 2 hours max. So 5 chapters, I would say you'll finish it in 10 hours. It depends on how fast you actually play. Maybe you'll like be slow in the game, which could be a thing. Like if you actually investigate everything, that could be slow. But I would say like don't expect more than maybe 15 hours. So you'll finish it pretty quick if you play it, a couple hours each stream. So we'll say for people who want to join, we'll obviously put something in the Discord for it, but we're gonna start this either this weekend or next week with Spoon's play of the Walking Dead season 1, which is again it is a really enjoyable game. I've streamed it before a long time ago, and I haven't played the most recent one, but I've played the first 2 seasons of it, and it is enjoyable to just like it's a good relaxation game. So what? Oh, that's a nice dab. Thanks, Tricourage, for all those dabs. So
so many dabs.
yeah, and for me, I'll start my game around Christmas time. I'll start Xenoblade Chronicles around Christmas time. So just we'll obviously ping the Discord for that, but just so everybody knows, the last game though is Hades. So I haven't bought it yet. I know you told me there was a sale for it. I haven't gotten
Yeah,
it. I haven't gotten it just yet,
yeah, I
but
haven't either. It's on sale though until like next week or something.
yeah.
So
So we'll coordinate that one as well. And my senses will probably play it a couple times, and then our last game is We Were Here. We Were Here. Um, my sense is that'll be like a 1 day thing. I don't know how long that game is supposed to be, but that co-op game is probably going to be a 1 day thing. So all that stuff will be coordinated in the Discord, but expect it all to start after next week, at least if I'm involved. If for Spoon, the Walking Dead stuff should start hopefully.
yep.
I hope this weekend. That'll be. I'm looking forward to that. I really am. I enjoy watching that game. So any other stuff before we get into game news? There's other stuff if
No, yeah, I think we'll keep everybody updated in the Discord as to the plans for these things. The stream, the game streams, the podcast is going to stay at the same time, and then the movie like community movie nights and or game nights. We'll try and figure
right.
that stuff out as well in the Discord. So, and yeah, if you have more suggestions as far as those things go, um, yeah, feel free to. We have channels in the Discord now for both of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, feel free to put
And
stuff
yeah,
in there.
I guess once we start getting through a couple of these games, we'll take some more suggestions or something like that.
Yep.
Um,
Anyway, anywho,
yeah,
we like I said, there's some. I have a lot of movies, and I was telling Spoon about something else because I, I like the first Wonder Woman movie, and the
yeah, it
next
was
one's
good.
coming out on Christmas, and it is coming out on HBO Max, and I my family has HBO Max, so there could be some plan here we could put in place where we could do a theater screening in our server of the new Wonder Woman movie if anybody likes those movies. So there's some stuff I'm thinking about. But all right, I'm gonna. Oh my gosh, I may have to ban Try. I may have to ban Try Courage. You cannot Resident Sleeper. The Wonder movie. That movie was like the only amazing. That was the one of two amazing DC movies. Get out of here.
What was the other one?
Shazam. Shazam was a really enjoyable
Oh,
film. I have
okay,
that one
yeah,
as well. That
that
was a
one was
super
fun. Yeah,
enjoyable film.
it was fun. I wouldn't say it was amazing, but it was fun.
It was just a
Like,
fun film. It was just
yeah,
fun. I had such a great time with that. Okay, I'm moving us to game news here. Okay, so the first thing we have on the dock is we have a Halo release set for fall 2021. Before, it was supposed to come out when the Xbox Series X and S came out. However, Craig the Brute came in and said, "Hold up, we need a delay," and so it got delayed initially to what people thought would be maybe winter 2021, and now we're saying it's fall 2021, which to me signals like there's a very serious update to the graphics happening. I'm sure they're just
Yeah, I mean,
really making more adjustments and hopefully for the better.
it's pretty clear that game was nowhere near ready to ship out, and it's a darn good thing they decided to delay it if they're going to delay it that long, a whole year basically. So yeah, if they would have stuck to their guns and been like, nope, Halo's got to come out, it's got to be our launch title for Series X, it would have been a fiesta for that one.
Yeah, for sure it would have been.
It might have like destroyed Halo. It might have ended like Halo. well, I don't know about. Okay, it still probably would have sold well because it's Halo, but people, if I know people weren't that happy with the last two, the 343, but I think they were serviceable at least. They were fine. Right. It might have been like, okay, I don't know about this anymore. I'm not sure we can trust 343 with Halo anymore.
Which would be terrible. Which would be absolutely terrible for Microsoft. That would just be like it really would be like one of the hardest blows they would take. So this is it's good. I said this yesterday on my stream. I'm like hoping Halo is good again. I miss good Halo. I actually miss playing Halo multiplayer. I think the one thing that hasn't really dipped as much for me has been Halo's multiplayer. The single player, the campaign, unless you like fighting Warden Eternal 20 times in a game or whatever his name is, the multiplayer has always for me been solid, and they've added some game modes that I've enjoyed when I played them. But man, I miss good Halo. So, so this was a big deal for me, obviously, but I think for a lot of people, I don't think we had a sense at all that it was going to be fall 2021 was the release date now. I don't know what else they had some like screenshots of multiplayer that they put in here as well. I think this is one of them. It's important to know also that the Halo Infinite multiplayer is going to be free to play. I'm scared.
Oh yeah,
I'm scared. But
it's gonna be riddled with microtransactions. Then hopefully cosmetics scared, mostly, but
hopefully it's nothing egregious. That's all I have to say. So anything else on this one? Otherwise, we'll move to Nintendo because Nintendo's fun.
No,
Cool.
No, I'm good.
Let's move to Nintendo. How do I put this? I don't know how you feel about all this stuff with Nintendo, and I don't know how much you've kept up. Nintendo sucks.
Yeah,
they suck.
They really
just
do.
Suck. They
are like I've seen so many things on Twitter and like online this week. They're literally just like shitting on the memory of Satoru Iwata right now. It's awful.
Oh, it's terrible. It's cutting your nose off to spite your face. That's all it is. It's just like it's sad because you can just sense the pathetic attempts to. I don't even know what they're doing. Like I don't know what this protects. I don't know what the benefit is. The initial issue we talked about last week, I believe we talked about last week, was they had a Melee tournament set up, and I'm sorry. The initial issue was Melee had an emulator that they needed to use from Big House, I believe was the name, and they issued Big House a cease and desist for this emulator because they didn't want the emulator to be used.
They were going to run a tournament online.
Yes.
And obviously to do that, you need an emulator and mods because GameCube does not have online
It
functionality.
doesn't.
You
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
play Melee online.
yeah, yeah. I oversimplified there, but the point is Nintendo didn't like it, so they sent a cease and desist to this, and so people got upset, obviously. And in the Splatoon community, there was a Splatoon tournament, which I believe was a Nintendo event,
Yeah.
and half the teams or something like that, it was close to half the teams, put names that were in support of the Melee community. So some of them were like, I don't know the exact names, but I've got this like Melee Station. There was like a tweet, which I'm sure was in support of Melee, free Melee, element free Melee, which, okay, interesting names there. And apparently, Nintendo decided that that isn't going to fly, so we're not going to allow streaming of this particular tournament. It's also important to note that the tournament's prize pool was $25, which is embarrassing. Like, embarrassing. Like, you have Nintendo supporting a tournament, actually coming in, and it's a Nintendo tournament, and the prize is $25. I get Splatoon probably isn't a highly played competitive game, but $25 is actually sad. So it was. I'm pretty sure, like the whole deal is it's actually $25 of credit into the store, the Nintendo store. So cool. So yeah, this live stream didn't happen, and people were upset about that as well. This is just like it was 100% Nintendo. There's due to unexpected challenges, we had to forego the live stream. I love how it's unexpected executional challenges. Whenever you see this wording on something, you can just immediately replace it with horse shit.
Corporate bullshit.
it's just like, yeah, this is what we call bullshit. That nobody says this, like, due to unexpected executional challenges. Like, what are you talking about? It's a live stream.
That's just like PR speak out the ass.
What are you talking about? What challenge? Did you unplug the internet router? Like, what challenge did you come out with? Like, what? So that's what we call horseshit. So it doesn't stop there though, sadly. And then once I finish this next part, we'll talk about it, the whole thing together. Nintendo.
Oh God.
Somebody, I forgot who it is. I wanna make sure I get their name correct here. But somebody had created these Joy-Cons, specifically Captain Alex. Here you go, Captain Alex. Here's the name of the person. I apologize. So this person had made Joy-Cons in the name of Etika. So Etika was a YouTube personality who I'm just going to say passed away. He took his own life. And in honor of this person, Captain Alex, was going to make Joy-Cons called Etikons in support of Etika. And also all the proceeds were going to go to a nonprofit organization dedicated to protecting mental health, which is great. Like all that stuff seems really cool. Just support somebody who, hit hard times and something really unfortunate happened. Obviously, you can't say enough the terrible thing that happened here. And this person wanted to make these Joy-Cons, which, by the way, look great. Can I say these look great? I love these. They look really cool. Again, this person's making no money from this because all of it's going back into a charity. So Nintendo came in on their red sleigh with reindeer carrying them to Captain Alex. And rather than giving Captain Alex toys, they took all his toys away. So they sent a cease and desist order to this person because they were making these Joy-Cons in these Etikons, which they said was a no-no. So yeah, people didn't like that either. They're just like, they just said they sent a cease and desist, and yeah, he can't sell these anymore. I don't know what his resolution is at the moment. I'm trying to see if in the rest of the article he does post a resolution for this, but this is really unfortunate because, like, I think it had specifically to do with the trademarks here of Joy-Con, in fact. it's just like super unfortunate. And I think this was his tweet regarding this. He has like a full bin of these Joy Cons that he can't get rid of now. Again, it's like all sorts of unfortunate, this situation. Okay, Spoon, how do you feel about all this?
I mean, Nintendo is just building up the I don't even know what to say, the toilet bowl full of bad PR. It's just thing at week after week right now. I don't know who at the top of Nintendo or whoever, what community people or whoever it is that is making these decisions. I don't know. Just stop. You're making yourself look like the most greedy, awful, just corporate bullshit company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're looking as bad, if not worse, than like EA and Activision and some of these
Yeah,
other companies that we just shit on all the time
yeah.
because they they're just so anti-community. Like, okay, I get it. Maybe they don't like that this guy who made these Joy-Cons in honor of Etika is using the Joy-Con label,
Yep.
or
Right
that
here.
maybe they can't make money off of these special Joy-Cons, which I don't know how he did this. If he maybe bought all these Joy-Cons from, like, actually bought them and then modified them in some way with this.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, Nintendo already made the sale on those Joy-Cons because he bought them and
Yeah,
then
he had to have
altered
bought
them.
them. He had to have bought these because they look obviously they look exactly like the Joy Cons from Nintendo. So that has to be the case where he purchased them from somebody who was selling, I guess, fully like licensed out Joy Cons. Um, it's just show that goes on the Joy. Whatever the case is, you had to have gotten those from Nintendo in some way. Something had to have come from Nintendo. It would be hard for me to believe that none of this was received from Nintendo in any way. It would be insane if he actually like custom made all these
Why
from nothing.
why is their immediate response like, no, cease and desist, we'll just shut you down? Why can't they try and at least talk to these people and like work something out? Like, okay, obviously they don't like something about what they're doing, but why can't there be some sort of compromise here? Why is it, no, just fuck you, stop doing what you're doing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I just don't see the benefit for Nintendo. I don't understand the benefit. Like besides just
No.
like the simple, oh, we're protecting our brand. I was like, what are you protecting it from? There's nothing to protect from here. In fact, the only thing that the benefit would have been to come in and say, wow, this is really cool. Let's help support you in any way we can. And we'll like, maybe we'll match all the purchase price, and we'll also give to that charity. That would have been like a good response to this. That would have been a fair response. Is to say, hey, look, you're using our stuff. That's fine. How about we do this? Let's like work with you to do this, and whatever like you sell, like for example, if you sell $100 worth of stuff, we'll match that. Just a simple small number, but the idea is there. That would have been easy. And for the Splatoon thing, first off, when you have a prize of if you're a Nintendo, like if you're a big company like Nintendo and your official tournament for one of your games, and again, I understand Splatoon's like a small game for a small community. Okay. If your like thing is $25, in fact, it seems like it's a $25 credit to their store. That's like pathetic. That's really pathetic. I don't know how many people are on a Splatoon team. I don't actually know. I don't know if it's like 4 or 5, but just like think about that. Is that like $25 per person? That's like pathetic. That's sad. That is really sad. You could it's store credit. Why not just bump it up to like 100 per person or whatever? That's nothing for you, but it's really like ridiculous. Also, as a side note, the Splatoon community, a lot of the top teams ended up leaving that Nintendo tournament and making their own, and they did a prize pool of $1,500. So they like completely one up Nintendo for that. Good for them, by the way. Good for them for doing that.
Yep.
when somebody spits in your face like that, you got to do your best to one up them, right?
They
Because that's
spit they
just
spit
sad.
right back and they spit harder.
Yeah, they just like they spit on their hand and slapped them. That's what they
Yeah.
did. So good on all these communities for supporting each other. And I feel bad for this one. These edicons look really good. I really like these.
Yeah.
The
Now
design is
Nintendo
fantastic.
Nintendo is just they're taking all their good PR with, just how well the Switch is doing and, people liking their games and stuff like that. And they are just using that to just bully people. They're just being a freaking schoolyard bully right now. They're
Mm-hmm.
like, nah, people don't care. We can do whatever we want. People will buy our games even if we just shit all over the community and do whatever we want. Well, if you don't like this, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to find a Nintendo game that you're not gonna buy because you're gonna need to show Nintendo that the way that they are behaving right now is not acceptable.
Right. It's again. It's just sad. It's just you're. What are you doing? What do you? It's just so confusing and sad. Um, yeah. Any other stuff before we move on to the next thing? The next thing should be pretty
Yeah,
quick.
yeah. I
Okay.
mean, as I said, I think people need, if they want there to be an effect to this and Nintendo to stop doing this again, they need to speak with their wallets, and people need to find a relatively large Nintendo release and try and organize some sort of boycott on it or something, and not buy it because if you
Yeah.
can say whatever you want on Twitter and you can be mad at Nintendo, but if you don't back it up and you still buy all their crap, I mean, they don't care, let's be honest.
Yeah.
So
I don't think that's the unfortunate thing is I don't think something like that would happen. Like
no, I don't
if
either.
like a new Mario game was announced next year, nobody's gonna boycott that, which is
Yeah.
just the unfortunate thing. But the point is made. All right. Next thing we've got Twitch made an update to their tags. Blind playthrough used to be the terminology used for when you play a game for the first time, and Twitch removed it for concerns over ableist language. Um, I have nothing to say. This is like I don't. I feel bad for saying this. Maybe somebody really agrees with this. This is stupid. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't see why this was like. Were there actually people going nuts and saying we need to change this now? I don't know a single person in any of these communities that was really like thinking, oh yeah, we got to get this out. This is real bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not super tuned into the I guess the disabled gaming community, like blind community, I suppose, but I definitely hadn't heard any uproar about this from anybody until this happened.
Yeah, I did at all.
And from what I read and heard, Twitch just kind of did this of their own volition. They didn't actually ask anybody in those communities to see if they found this tag offensive or that it should be changed, and they just kind of did it because it was like a preemptive, like, well, maybe someone might find this offensive, so we'll just do this. And it just feels very again corporate and out of touch. It's just like, if they don't care, they don't care.
Right. You're
If they do, then change it.
yeah, of
If you want to
course.
go and ask and say like, hey, do you find this tag offensive? Do you want it changed? And if the majority, or if the answer is maybe not even a majority, if there's enough of a response that's like, yes, I don't really like it being called that, sure, go ahead. But from everything I heard, they didn't do that at all. They just did this
Right.
because they thought it was the right thing to do. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. This is like to me it's like trying to make a scene, and people are just like, well, what are you making the scene about? It's not a big deal. But they're like, no, 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 you don't understand. It's like, no, 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 no. It's nobody care. I don't think many people care. Why? What's the change for? It's like, no, 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 we got to get this out. It's like, You got a lot of other issues besides blind playthrough Twitch. Maybe just like maybe focus in on other stuff.
Maybe focus on this DMCA nonsense that
Yeah,
is
I saw a tweet
continuing to
today. In
happen.
fact, I have a tweet on my phone. It says, Cyberpunk 2077. We just noticed there's a song in the game which might put a DMCA strike on your channel even when playing with disabled copyrighted music. By the way, now games have to add disabled copyrighted music. Is that not like... There's like some weird stuff going on. It's just like
Yeah, no.
people are
This is
so scared. Oh, I also saw another funny thing. It's not kind of relevant to DMCA too. Spotify is running ads on Twitch. Is that not the funniest thing?
that's just like irony out the
This
ass.
is like, really? You're gonna run a Spotify ad here? Are you high or stupid? I can one of these things I can kind of be, I'm like, okay, that's one thing. He's just like, what do you? Who greenlit that? Who's like Spotify? Yeah, let's do a Spotify ad. Are you serious? Again, you got to be high or stupid to greenlight that. And if you're high, okay, you're high, but why would you greenlight that one? Oh my god, there's some weird stuff happening on Twitch with that stuff. And yeah, you saw that tweet too. Yeah, Twitch retweeted it too.
Yeah, and
Oh my
I
God.
don't have the tweet, but I saw a thing like a few months ago before the game when all this DMCA stuff kind of blew up on Twitch. I'm pretty sure CD Projekt put out a tweet or some sort of post that said, "Don't worry, all of the music in Cyberpunk is totally original and it's not DMCA-able,
Mm-hmm.
so it's fine. Stream to your heart's content." And now
It's right here.
this bull crap where even if you turn on the hey disable copyrighted music, there's this crap in the game that's gonna get you
It's
DMs.
it's so bad.
What
It's
is
dumb.
going on?
It's so dumb. Like, I think and I know that more than just Cyberpunk added that option. I think Fortnite added that option. There must have been a couple other games that added that option. It's just like, okay, really? Like, we can't even play music from our game because of DMCA. Oh, it's so bad. And again, Spotify running ads on Twitch. I was laughing. I was just laughing. I wasn't even mad. I was just laughing. I was like, oh, okay, are you serious? None of us can play Spotify. Why are you running an advertisement for it?
You can't play Spotify and Twitch at the same time.
Right, but that's like, it's like, what the frick? Anyway, the blind playthrough thing is stupid. I also saw Twitch had a blog post, I believe, today because I got an email about it. I almost ignored it. They made some updates to their harassment policies. I can't remember all of them, but they're really cracking down on harassment, on various different terminologies now. What was some other stuff too?
Yeah,
There was some section about lewd content, and I thought that was funny because I'm like, because it related to emotes too, and I'm like, oh, does that mean all the different Craigasm emotes are going to be out? Because all those are super lewd. There's a lot of super lewd ones there, but I don't know what's going to happen with that. That's going into effect January of next year, so next month. So that was an interesting blog post. I didn't grab it, but they were talking about some stuff there. So okay, let's see here. What else do I got here? Like the day after our last the last podcast, we had Casey Hudson and Mark Dara just announced they were retiring. I don't think there was any indication whatsoever that they were going to do this. And
I mean, Casey Hudson had left once before and then came back.
Yeah.
This isn't surprising to me with him.
Yeah. But as far as this bit of news is concerned, I don't even know what to think. Casey Hudson returned, and it didn't seem like anything really changed. So
it didn't seem to help.
It didn't help at all.
He came back and they put him on Anthem, and we all know how that turned out.
And Anthem still doesn't have their re-release. Yeah, Anthem will have this big update re-release sometime. I don't even know why. I really don't know why at this point. But both these people are leaving, and again, I don't know. I feel like nothing changed. I keep seeing stuff for Dragon Age 4, and I'm so on the fence about that because I love that series, but
I mean,
I'm so scared they're just gonna screw it up again. They're just gonna
pretty
screw it up.
sure rumor has it that there's going to be at least something for it tomorrow at the Game Awards, so we'll see.
Oh man, I
We
hope
don't
it's
know what
good.
that's going to be.
Yeah, they better. I hope they don't mess it up. If they mess up Dragon Age, I'm
I
I'm
mean,
just so far out. I'm just so far out of Bioware. It's bad.
yeah, no, BioWare is they're on at least two strikes right now with Andromeda and then Anthem. One more if Dragon Age 4 comes out and it's not, and if Dragon Age 4 comes out and they mess that one up, I feel like that's three strikes for
That's just
BioWare,
no.
and
It is 100%.
you gotta be real wary after that. Like, okay, let's not pre-order their stuff anymore, and let's wait for it to come out, and let's see what's going on.
At
Like,
that point, I'll just be
I
like,
mean,
can you make a good game anymore?
yeah, I probably won't pre-order Dragon Age 4. I'll probably wait after it comes out and see. Yeah, I mean, that's
How is
true.
Anthem not 3 strikes? That's true. Anthem
should,
was 2 strikes. Anthem was 2 strikes by itself.
yeah,
And Andromeda was definitely a strike.
yeah, at least one. That one was pretty bad.
I'm definitely still holding out some small tiny bit of hope for Dragon Age 4 because I love that series so much. And
But let's be
I'm so
honest,
scared. I'm so scared.
the first one was the best one.
The first one, yes, the first one was overall my favorite one. Inquisition was entertaining, but if they don't bring healing spells back, I may actually take a sledgehammer all over my room. It'll be bad. I just, why did you remove healing spells? It's just like, in what universe will like this high fantasy place that's supposed to be based on Dungeons and Dragons to some small extent not have healing spells? What are we doing? It's just like, where'd they go? They're just gone. Nope, they're gone. Poof, they're just gone. So healing in that game was, the first game was really good, but come on, like, not even one healing, like, basic healing spell. Come on. So yeah, this was a big deal for a lot of people. For me, I'm just like, well, I mean, nothing really changed in case it came back. So there you go.
I mean, I think we gotta kind of. It's possible they pull it back with Dragon Age 4. It's possible that it's good, but
Sure.
I think we gotta kind of face the music right now, and it's that BioWare is not the studio that it used to be when it made all those games that
Yeah.
we loved, like Mass Effect 1 and 2,
Yeah.
the first Dragon Age, Knights of the Old Republic, if you go back even further.
Trying to
Um,
trying to see where my signed copies of those games are. They're somewhere here.
yeah.
I miss it so much.
Those
Where are they?
those guys, the original founders of this studio, they take their money and run pretty much.
They were gone after like a year. Once EA bought the studio, they left. Yeah. This is signed by the founders of BioWare. This is Dragon Age 1. This is signed by the founders of BioWare. It's worth literally nothing. This is signed Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 1. So, yes, I love these games, and I really wish BioWare would just get their shit together, because I really do love these games. So it is worth it is worth nothing. Like, I don't know if anybody who would actually buy that right now. I mean, it's just like, I just think it's cool to have the signed game from the founders of BioWare. Like, I don't know many people who would like actually immediately know who the founders of BioWare were off the top of their heads. If anybody in chat can tell me who the founders of BioWare are without Googling it, I don't know. I'll think of something to give you, but that'll be like an extra gold star. I remember one of them.
You can't verify that they did.
I know I can't, but if they answer it after like 10 minutes, I'm gonna know. But if somebody were to tell me like right now,
I feel like since they haven't answered it instantly, that it's kind of off the table.
Then nobody knows, right?
Kind of off the table.
You don't know, so like, I don't think it's worth as much as if for example, like somebody else like that would be like Casey Hudson. If Casey Hudson had signed it, maybe it would actually be different, because Casey Hudson is a name that more people seem to, they seemingly know. Warrington? What?
That's not right.
No, it's really not. There are two founders. There were two. And I met both of them. That's how I got those signed. They are nice people. They are very nice people. But that answer is not right. Oh my gosh, and I just like completely read that, and it's like I'm so upset that that you answered that. Okay, since Try answered that, let's go to Genshin Impact news. So, since Try answered that way, let's go to Genshin Impact news. Okay, we got a developers discussion. You had posted this, Spoon. I saw it was in the doc. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was in the doc. So, are there any of these you wanted to highlight? There are a couple things in here. 8 looks like eight particular questions that were answered.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these are just seem like some more QOL changes that are coming in the next batch. They're doing a like a live stream, I think tomorrow or the day after that, where they're gonna actually showcase what's coming in the next patch, which is gonna be in not next week, but the week after that.
Yep. Sorry, the only name I knew was Greg Zuschek. I forgot Ray. I forgot
Ray Musica. Yeah,
I forgot that one.
That's it.
They're both very nice. They're very tall too. Very tall.
Yep. So I mean, things like private chat and being able to repeat domains without going in and out of them. That's pretty nice. I saw that one. You can put a pin on the map that will actually you can track it, which is just baffling to me that they didn't have that in the first place. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
can I mention a couple other things? There are a couple other good ones. Repeating a domain without having to leave and re-enter. Can I just say this is huge?
Yeah, no, that's
this
big.
is huge. Having to manually collect them is very inconvenient. Oh yeah, this one again. That's a good one too. So those are like, those are big ones. Wait, what? Didn't Spoon just say that? Did you just talk about the domain thing? I feel like I must have tuned that out somehow. What? You already said that? Oh my god. Okay. Oh, I need a break.
I just let it go. I was like,
I'm
no,
gonna
I'm gonna let him have this one.
No.
I'm pretty sure you were talking to Try in chat.
I
You
was
were responding to what Try was
I
saying in
didn't
chat
know.
and not listening to what I was saying.
I just completely missed that last one. Oh, because I heard some of the other stuff, like you had talked about the trackable pin, which I think was pretty cool. Something that probably should have been there earlier, but it is what it is. Again, like the domain thing, it is what it is. So.
Also, at least rumor has it that your favorite, I'm forgetting her name right now, but your favorite, Ganyu is going to be the 5-star on the next banner. So,
5-star, no.
Maybe don't pull for Big Dong Zhong anymore and save your primo gems for Ganyu.
Forgot we were calling it Big Dong Zhong. Okay, I may have to start saving up for that then, because that's the good one. Do we know the element?
Ice.
Oh yeah, I'm saving. Yeah, I'm saving.
Not for sure. I heard ice bow user. That's the rumor. I don't not confirmed, but I'm saving as well. I'm not. Again, Zhongli looks cool. I did his trial and I didn't love him honestly, so I was like, I think I'm just gonna save and see what's for the next one. The Fire 4-star Xinyan seems pretty cool, but
she's fun.
Again,
I'm having a great time with Xinyan. It's great.
But yeah, I'm.
Oh, sorry. One other thing I just noticed this. I'm sure you mentioned it and I just missed it. The Acquaint Fate. Every time
I didn't actually mention that, and I had forgotten it. So yeah.
So 20, 50, and 70. That actually gives you some incentive to level up other characters.
Yeah, that's not every ascension. I think it's at least worth it to ascend every character to 20 or do the first ascension, because that's pretty inexpensive to do. After that, it starts to get more expensive. Maybe not worth it.
50's close. 50's like pretty close, but it would
be
like,
50 do you want to use it a little or not? Still, you have to get past the 40 ascension and then do the 51
that's
as
right.
well.
Yeah,
so
you're right. That is quite.
I mean, again, if you have a ton of extra XP books and don't mind grinding for the materials, then maybe, but
yeah. That I just thought that was a big one.
If you're no-lifing this game, it's great. But for other people, I mean, I ascended all my characters to 20 when I saw this, when
Yeah.
I just in anticipation of this. So you're gonna get a bunch of extra quaint
Yeah,
fates,
you'll get a ton.
which is nice, but that's not for the unfortunately you can't pull on the premium banner.
It's a
The
different one, but still,
Yeah,
it's
it's the
kind of
standard
nice.
banner.
Like it's
But
kind of
no,
nice.
it's still good. Free
Still
pulls is
nice.
free pulls.
Still nice.
We'll take them.
So
Um
any other notes besides the
yeah,
stuff
again,
we.
we'll have more information on the patch for next week because again, they're going to do a live stream. Again, I don't remember exactly when, but in the next couple of days they're doing a
Right.
live stream showcasing some of the new stuff. So they'll probably confirm who the characters are for the banner, and probably they already said before that Dragon Spine Mountain is going to be opened up, so they'll probably show a little bit of that and see what
Yep.
exactly we're getting with that new area. So yeah,
Cool. Very cool. Very cool. Well, this was the last bit of game news I had on here, by the way. So any other things that we missed?
I don't think so. No, I
I
mean
mean, like, yeah,
Cyberpunk
Cyberpunk released. Okay, there you go. We said it. It's
Cyberpunk is
releasing.
out. Well, I think technically it comes out tomorrow, but I know streamers were allowed to play it this morning at least.
I watched a bit
People
of
seem to
it.
be enjoying it. It got a few mediocre reviews. I know GameSpot gave it a 7, and one other reviewer, I think it was PC Gamer, gave it like a 78. But most other publications giving it, nines for the
I
most part. It seems.
I was watching Baru play it, and I have one thing I want to say about this game. I don't know. I guess I just don't know enough about the world. The city, there's like there really aren't as many people as I thought there would be in that city. It seems like maybe it was just like the wrong time of day that I was seeing in the city. Like the in game day was just like maybe like in the afternoon. There's just nobody around. But yeah, there's just like weren't a lot of people walking around that I could see in the city. Maybe I just like had a bad point of reference there. But there just like wasn't a lot happening when I saw it in the world. The city is very like there's a lot of stuff in the city though, that's for sure. There's a lot of stuff there. So I don't know. It seems all right. The gunplay looks fine too.
Yeah,
The gunplay looks fine.
gunplay looks decent. Looks like there's a lot of customization in terms of both your appearance and then your character, your skills, and the weapons you use and
Yeah.
the type of combat you want to do. You can apparently do like a full melee build if you really want to do that. You can focus on guns. Yeah, apparently you can customize the size of your genitals, which is interesting.
I feel people are like thinking that's like, oh my god, it's super cool. It's like okay. Okay, that wasn't like the first thing I was thinking of when a game comes. I was like, man, I wish I could just size my dick. It's like okay.
I wish I could just make myself have a freaking horse cock.
I wish I could just have a huge dick. It's like all right, cool. It's like okay. It's like the horse balls from Red Dead Redemption 2. Okay, it like okay, yeah. That when I saw that, I kind of just laughed, but it's just like okay. But like, it doesn't add that much to the game, but it's just kind of like funny the first time you see it. Um, so yeah, and I don't know, like my first experience watching it, I got to be honest, I wasn't particularly like, I guess like maybe watching it isn't as interesting as playing it, but
Yeah, I think it's a pretty slow paced game. I mean, I did hear some complaints that the main story is really short if you decide to blitz the main story,
oh,
but there's just there's so much side content to do, and apparently depending on what choices you make and what side content you do, it changes the actual ending of the main story. So
I see.
to me, that's it. CD Project has always, the Witcher games were pretty open world. I
Yes,
don't know how long the main stories are in those games. Generally, apparently this one was made to be smaller at least than Witcher 3 because apparently a lot of people didn't finish the Witcher 3 because it was too big. So I think they focused on that a little bit, but apparently there's just so much side content. I was watching a little bit of it this morning as well, and the characters seem interesting. The dialogue was good. All the characters seemed to have like personality, and I was watching. It seemed like it was a main quest, and there was some cool stuff that was going down. I was invested in the story and the characters, even in like the very little that I watched. So it seems like they did a good job with that, at least. The reviews did complain about a lot of bugs. I didn't see any when I was watching, but I wasn't paying that much attention.
Oh
So, and
God.
maybe the day one patch was really good, but the
Yeah.
reviewers were complaining that the game was really really buggy.
I had it so not Cyberpunk related. I was playing. I played AC Valhalla for like a little bit this morning before my doctor, and I had a bug in the main story. There's a point where you're in your town, and as per usual, you got to slow walk with somebody.
Hmm.
There's a bug in the game where you can slow walk with this person in your little town, and the person, if like if it doesn't progress in a certain way, the dialogue and the interactions, the game just soft locks.
Yep. Rip.
And you can't, and if you can't progress the story if that happens. So I was like standing there with this person, like, you're gonna go. Like, I was trying to push him. So you have to reload the save and hope that the next time you get to that point, it goes through. It pushes through.
Yep.
Beautiful. Love that stuff. Oh, and it's been like a month. So the fact that that's not fixed after a month. Thanks, Ubisoft. Thank you.
I mean,
if you tie somebody up, they untie themselves in the river. I forgot about that. Yeah, that happens. That's a good one.
unfortunately, these kinds of things go through. It's very likely with a lot of these bugs, and I saw a post about this as well. Apparently, some people with the Cyberpunk bugs were trying to blame it on QA, like, oh, QA did a bad job. Well, maybe they did, but maybe they didn't. QA a lot of time finds a lot of bugs, and the developer decides that they don't have enough time to fix it, so they just let it go.
Yep.
So,
Or swim on 30. Yeah, or they can swim in circles. That's true. You can potentially push them in a direction gently, but yeah, AC Valhalla has some issues. It has some issues, and it's been a month. So come on. Okay, let's move to our main topic of discussion, which is the Game Awards. I just went on Game of the Year because I was testing earlier. So we weren't going to talk about all the different categories, but the ones I had listed for us were Game of the Year, Best Narrative, Best RPG, Best Mobile Game, Best Action Adventure, and Best Sim Strategy were some of the ones we were going to talk about. We may touch on a couple others.
yeah, I feel like you can just scroll down the list, and we can just skip the ones that we don't want to talk about.
So I don't know if we should start with Game of the Year. Let's like save that for last. Is that fair?
From the bottom. Start from the bottom.
Okay. Do we want to talk about any of the esports stuff? Can I be honest? I don't care about it at all.
I don't have enough of an opinion. I watch some esports, but I don't watch enough to actually be informed on what the best esports thing is.
Yeah, I just like I just don't care about any of this. I have to be honest. I really don't care. But if anybody else has like an opinion on some of these that they want to share, please do so. There's like obviously best team, host, which again I don't care about. Best esports game, which I don't know what to say. I feel like League of Legends should win that every year. I don't understand what the other options are. Let's just look at the other options for a second.
I mean, probably Dota, CS:GO.
It's just like
Call
of Duty, Modern Warfare, Counter-Strike, Fortnite, League of Legends, Valorant. I just have to say it's League of Legends. It's always League of Legends. I don't care how popular some of these are, like Fortnite. The answer is League of Legends. It should never be anything beyond that. Counter-Strike is probably the only close one. Valorant being on here, by the way, is hilarious.
That's kind of a joke.
that is hilarious. So okay, best debut game. Do we want to talk about best debut game, as in first game from the studio?
We can take a look at it. I know like Raji was on there, and I know you played that at least a bit.
I did play it a bit. I haven't gotten to finish that yet. I enjoyed it though. I did enjoy it. Carrion. Thank you. Mortal Shell.
Phasmophobia is probably going to take that one, though.
Raji and Ancient and Epic, Roki, Phasmophobia. I will say Mortal Shell, was that a well-received game? That was a Souls-like game.
I don't know anything about that.
I watched some streams of it. Ian Bits, who plays Destiny with us, he played it. Yeah, I've heard good things about Mortal Shell. Again, I thought Raji was a good game. I think Phasmophobia is better. I think Phasmophobia is a definitely a better game to play with friends. That's what I'm gonna say. Do I think it's do I know it's the best game on this list? I'm not sure, but I enjoy Phasmophobia a lot. Mortal Shell, if it's as good as people say it was, it could be definitely a contender.
I feel like Phasmophobia will just win this on popularity.
Yeah, no, on popularity it should. I'm just saying, like, Mortal Shell, from what I saw of it, it seems like it was a very well made game. So, yep. That's like I don't know, like for me, I mean, Phasmophobia is going to win the popular side, but I did, from what I saw of Mortal Shell, like there were a lot of good things I saw.
Yeah, I haven't played any of these. I've heard of Raji and Phasmophobia, but I haven't played either of them yet. So I don't really have an opinion on this, but I think that based on what I've heard, I think Phasmophobia will win.
Yeah. Which is fine. Again, I enjoy Phasmophobia a lot. So, okay. Content Creator of the Year. Do we want to talk about Content Creator of the Year?
I don't think we need to. Again, I looked at the list, I knew
I will show it.
Sure.
But yeah, go ahead.
I've heard of a couple of them. Others I haven't at all. Yeah, so I know Alana Pierce, and I've heard of Tim the Tatman. I actually find Tim the Tatman insufferably annoying. I hate him. I think he's so annoying. I like Alana Pierce a lot. I think she's she does mostly YouTube as far as I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
She used to work for IGN, excuse me, and then moved to. She was working for some smaller publication, I think more of a YouTube thing. I don't remember which one. And then now I think she's working for like Sony Santa Monica now or something like that. One of the Sony studios. I don't remember. I really like Alana. I don't know if she'll win. Again, I find Tim the Tatman insufferably annoying, and I don't know the other three, so I don't know.
I'm just gonna.
If I had my vote, I would vote for Alana, but I don't know.
Nick Merckx is gonna win this, and I don't think it's gonna be close. It won't be close. And I haven't watched a lot of Nick Merckx, so I can't say anything. But he plays like Fortnite, Call of Duty Warzone, I think are some of the games he plays. I think he's more of an FPS player. The answer is going to be Nick Merckx. His viewership has skyrocketed the last year. He went from like 15 to 20K to 50 to 60K.
What is scroll up. What does the category actually say it's like rating them on?
For a streamer or content creator who has made an important and positive impact on the community in 2020.
So it's not necessarily like the most popular creator. It's like they had to have done something in terms of, I don't know, charity work or community impact. And I don't know what any of these people have done in that respect. So,
yeah, why? Okay, that feels less like content creator in the year and more like someone who's provided impact outside of content creation, to some degree too. Okay, but it's going to be Nick Merckx. I understand what it is now, but it's Nick Merckx. It's going to be that. I just know it is. And I don't even watch his stream, but he has 56. Yeah, he's got so many subscribers. It's insane. Best multiplayer game. Best multiplayer game. Do we?
Yeah. Let's just take a look. I mean, we can go through all these. We got time. We got an hour, so we got time to go through as many of these as we want.
So it says for outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre or platform. We have Animal Crossing New Horizons, Among Us, Call of Duty Warzone, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, and Valorant. I said this.
I mean, it's between Among Us and Fall Guys for me.
It's gonna be I feel like it's gonna be Among Us. I do know that people really do think Call of Duty Warzone is as outstanding. So that is
But
something.
it's just another BR. It's not that
That's
special.
true. No, I understand. I'm just my point is that it's going to be Among Us, but there are some like the Call of Duty Warzone has done some good things. Fall Guys had its like month of glory. I, did somebody like pay Valorant to be on all these? I don't. Is Valorant really this popular? Like what? Um, and I am Animal Crossing New Horizons. Okay, sure. I guess like the co-op side
I
of it.
mean, I've heard the multiplayer and like the co-op and that is ass.
Oh
So
really?
like,
I don't
or
know.
that at least that it's a pain. Like it's a pain in the butt to actually do. I don't play Animal Crossing, so I don't know.
Yeah,
But
but I do know that Among Us is easily the more popular game on like the most popular game on this list. Call of Duty Warzone for sure is close, but it's Among Us. It's crazy.
yeah, yeah, you're right. I think Among Us had more staying power than Fall Guys. I felt like Fall Guys like blew up pretty big over the summer, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Among Us, not Among Us, sorry, Fall Guys maybe has a shot, an outside shot, but I agree. I think Among Us will probably
It's
take it.
it's crazy. Among Us is so popular still. Okay, let's keep going. Oh my gosh, we have to see the sports one. We have to see the sports one. NBA 2K21. Oh, it's on here.
It's there. No, it's there.
It's on here. FIFA 21, NBA 2K21, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, F1 2020, Dirt 5. No Madden, because this year's Madden was poo poo. It was poo poo.
I mean, this year's MB 2K21 was probably poo poo also.
I will say again, I've said it before. The NBA content creators that I have seen, the NBA 2K content creators that I've seen, have received this NBA 2K well.
So better than last year.
They have not been crapping on it like they usually do. They find this one to be better than the previous iterations. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. So NBA 2K21, for what it's worth, I think it's been better. Not from the microtransaction side. I mean, from gameplay. I don't know how popular Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 is for this, but FIFA will probably win this because it's FIFA.
Because of its popularity, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's gonna be FIFA. For the best traditional and non-traditional sports and racing game, I think it's FIFA. I don't know anything about the racing games, by the way. But
yeah, I mean, I would vote for anything that wasn't the. Yeah, I would never vote for FIFA or NBA 2K. Yeah, maybe one of the racing games win because it's different. I don't know.
But like I said, I know like some of these games are going to be like we go off quality, but there are certain categories like this where I'm like, okay, FIFA's so popular, I think everybody's just going to vote for it, and it may just get it because of that reason. I really can't say as someone who hasn't played any of these particularly like I haven't played FIFA 21. Haven't played NBA 2K21. Haven't played, so I'm just going off popularity. What else do we have? Best sim strategy. Okay. We have let me just go. Best game focused on real-time or turn-based simulation or strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform. We have Crusader Kings 3, Desperados 3, Gears Tactics, Microsoft Flight Simulator, XCOM Chimera Squad. For me, I really, really like Crusader Kings 3. I know there are people who kind of like enjoy playing Microsoft Flight Simulator for various different reasons. I know XCOM Chimera Squad was good, but it was short. I don't know I've seen people play Gears Tactics, but I don't know how that game was received. And Desperados 3 is I've seen some streams of it. It looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Gears Tactics was bad. I heard good things about it. It looked decent to me. Yeah, I know a lot of people like Microsoft Flight Simulator. I mean, of these games, the only one I've played is Crusader Kings 3, so my vote would go to that one, but I'm not sure it'll actually win. Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't. I'm really not sure in this one. Maybe Microsoft Flight Simulator, but
I would like to see Crusader Kings 3 win.
yeah,
I would
same.
really like it.
But
I know
I don't know.
Microsoft. I know people like Microsoft Flight Simulator. I would really like Crusader Kings 3 to win. That would be my vote for sure. So,
Yeah, that'd be my vote as well.
but who knows? Who knows? Let's see here. We have best family. I guess we'll look. I don't really know
I mean,
exactly what's in here.
Animal Crossing.
For the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform, this one might go to Fall Guys. Animal Crossing: New Horizons, of course, is
Animal
involved,
Crossing was huge. I feel like this goes to Animal Crossing.
but Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. Again, I know people really like Animal Crossing, but Fall Guys has a shot on this one too.
Yeah,
Mario
it's probably
Kart
not a
Live,
shot.
Live Home Circuit. Home Circuit. I would like Home Circuit to win. The Origami Paper Mario, the Origami King. Okay, and Minecraft Dungeons. Okay. So I would like to see Fall Guys win. I'm just being honest. I kind of want to see Fall Guys win something. I would like to see them win this. I'm not like an Animal Crossing fan, so that's
Yeah, I'm not
part of the
either.
reason.
But I just think it was so popular that it's gonna win.
Yeah. No, sure, I understand. Let's see here. Best fighting game. Best fighting game. Grand Blue Fantasy versus Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, Street Fighter V Champion Edition, One Punch Man: A Hero Nobody Knows, Under Night in Birth X Late?
EXE.
EXE Late? Is that it? This okay.
Raffle, tell us who's gonna win this because I
Raffle
don't play
should tell us.
fighting
Yeah.
games.
Raffle, tell us who should win this. Oh,
I
he
know
says
people like.
Street Fighter. No, not Street Fighter. Okay.
I know people liked Grand Blue generally. I think. Um,
Who's winning this? Yeah, I have no idea. I just know Mortal Kombat. Clear is how you say. X Lake Clear is how you say it. Okay. Oh, there's our chatbot. How exciting. Okay, we have no clear. That still isn't who's going to win. Yeah, we have no clear
Yeah,
winner currently. I'm just going to
I
say
don't.
Mortal Kombat. Grand Blue is my bias, but okay, we'll go with Grand Blue. But oh wait,
Yeah,
I see a couple butts here. But I'm going to say Mortal Kombat will take it. Okay, so Grand Blue or Mortal Kombat is from Raffle.
seems a little. I mean, I guess I would say the same thing when we get to RPG and P5R, but Mortal Kombat is like isn't it just like that game came out like last year or 2 years ago and they just re-released it with all the DLC or
I have no
sort of
idea.
Ultimate Edition, something like that. So
I
that
have no
feels
idea.
a little bit silly, but whatever.
Okay, we'll say Grand Blue or Mortal Kombat. That's what we're doing. All right, let's go to the next one. Best role playing. There's internet. Yeah, try if you wanna see butts. There.
Yep.
That's what the internet's for. The internet is for certain things, and there's something for everybody. For the best game designed with rich player character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences, we have FF7R, Genshin Impact, Persona 5 Royal, Wasteland 3, and Yakuza Yakuza Like a Dragon. Okay, Spoon, who wins
Yeah.
this and why?
So I'm gonna give honorable mention to games that weren't on here: Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition and Trails of Cold Steel 3, that aren't on here. But again,
Mhm.
maybe with Trails of Cold Steel too niche, it wouldn't make it on here. But my favorite of these would be Persona 5 Royal. Again, I kind of feel similarly to with like the Mortal Kombat thing, where okay, it's kind of just a re-release of a game that they released 3 years ago, and it did win this category 3 years ago with Persona 5.
Mm-hmm.
The Royal was a pretty significant upgrade over base Persona 5. But
And FF7R?
FF7R is really good, and I think FF7R, if Persona 5 doesn't win, then it will be FF7R, I think. Actually, I know people really like Yakuza as well. I'm actually not sure. I know people like Yakuza. I think if I had to put money on it, I will say Final Fantasy VII Remake will win this.
Yeah.
I like Genshin Impact. We both like Genshin Impact, but that should not be nominated in this category.
This is like Genshin in this category is you could definitely see how somebody would say it might qualify here.
Yeah,
but
it qualifies as an
like
RPG.
It here, but I don't like it here.
It definitely qualifies as an RPG, but it's not like it shouldn't be in best game of the year for an RPG.
Yeah,
like,
I don't.
It's
like
a mobile game. Like, okay, I like it, but it's a mobile game. The game is incomplete. Like,
yeah, it's again, you could put it here, but I don't like it here. I mean, I haven't finished FF7R. Maybe someday I will. Someday. But
yeah, and Tales of Berseria.
And someday I'll finish these games. Someday I'll finish a game. I mean, like for me, I liked what I played of FF7R, except for the stun system. Whoever made that stun system, I would like to sit down for coffee, so I may pour said coffee all over you.
What do you mean? Okay,
you can just get like stunned, and I understand you can swap characters, but it's really annoying to just be stunned for a while in a game that is like more free flow action combat. Why? That's so annoying. It's so annoying. So,
if Genshin wins this, I will actually be offended.
Genshin shouldn't win this. It shouldn't
wins this, I will be offended. Again,
really
I like Genshin Impact, but over P5R, FF7R, and Yakuza, and I haven't played Wasteland 3, but I heard good things about that.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, try Tifa exists.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Try. I'm actually gonna.
Tifa?
I'm gonna go ahead and counter you. I can just guarantee you that there are more. I think there are just like people are gonna go all in on Tifa and Aerith compared to the Genshin characters. I'm sorry. Like I think that's what'll happen. No, I was gonna say I think FF7R will win this.
Yeah. Tifa is people's waifu for when they were kids and they were growing up playing the original FF7, and they finally get to see fully realized Tifa in full modern day 3D
in her final form. And
even though according to them they nerfed her boobs.
I don't know. Okay, boomers. Okay, try Courage. I'm ignoring you for a while. That's all I have to say for you. I'm going with FF7R. That's what
I'm gonna go with FF7R as well.
If Genshin Impact wins this, I don't even know what I'll think. I don't even know what to think. That's like that would be it would be insanity if that won. I think I do think people would be upset.
Brea, I'm sorry you have to hear some of these conversations, but legitimately when they showed the model for Tifa at first,
people were upset.
Twitter was mad because they said that her boobs weren't big enough.
Yeah, it was actually kind of
because their imagination from the the blocky ass PS1 model, her boobs were even bigger than they made them in the game.
I think I could simulate the Twitter experience.
God,
Square, excuse me. You're gonna need to increase the size 20%. Best action adventure game. For the best action adventure game, combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. Can I make a point here on puzzle solving? I want to rant on puzzle solving. I'll wait. I'll save my rant. I want to do a rant on puzzle solving from Western companies. I want to rant on this.
I mean, I kind of have, I can rant on this too.
But our current competitors here are Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ghost of Tsushima, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, The Last of Us Part 2. Okay? So I've never played. I've heard such good things about Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and I don't. There's so many good games in here. By the way, this by the way is a very competitive category. Can I just say that this is an incredibly competitive category? You could make an argument for all of these games. In fact, I don't know enough about Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I've heard a lot of great things. I know that they talked about it in some of the Microsoft events we've watched.
Yeah, it's a pretty big indie.
It's a pretty big indie game. We also have, again, I'm playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I think the game has been received well. Ghost of Tsushima, of course, was received well. We've talked about it before, and you played it a little bit. Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. I don't know enough about that game. Like I haven't seen any of it, but if it's anything like the Spider-Man game that came out for the PS4, I'm confident it's going to do well. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was great. It was an excellent game from what I've heard of. I would love to play that. And then we have the highly controversial Last of Us Part 2. So for me, I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima, but I saw you play it. I would love to see Ghost of Tsushima win.
I think Ghost of Tsushima will win. I don't see Assassin's Creed winning this because I think Ghost of Tsushima, they're similar games, and I think at least the general sentiment is Ghost of Tsushima was better. So I don't see Assassin's Creed taking this. Yeah, with Jedi Fallen Order, it came out pretty late last year, so I guess it didn't make it into last year's rounds.
Yeah, I guess so.
So they put it in this year. It's a little bit unfortunate because I feel like it's a game that was really good and people liked it, but was kind of forgotten about, I guess, because it didn't come out this year. It just came out so long ago that, people may not think of it. But yeah, I agree. This is a really competitive category. I don't think Last of Us should win this category.
But it's got a chance to, and that's what bothers me. It shouldn't win this, but it for sure could.
This feels like more of like a gameplay category. Like, okay, what is the best game here? What is the most fun game of these in this genre? And I mean, I'm sure Last of Us is not a bad game, but I don't think the game is as lauded for the gameplay as it is for like the story and those other. I like the kind of full package of Last of Us with all of that it does. Yeah, I mean, it is Naughty Dog.
It's Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog +1 is the rule.
Yeah, I think I really don't know. It's so competitive. I think Jedi could take it because I know people really like that game. But if I had to put money on it, I'm gonna say Ghost of Tsushima is gonna win this.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima should win it. I would like to say I'm very sad about AC Valhalla. If this came out next year, it probably would have been a little bit better. This is such a competitive year. AC Valhalla, I want to say one thing about AC Valhalla. I love the brutality in this game. This is one of the most brutal games as far as combat is concerned. It's so gory. There's so much decapitation. Like, you're cutting off all these limbs. It's beautiful. I just want to say how beautiful that is. I would simply give it a vote just because of how, like, when you fight in AC Valhalla, it is just like absolutely brutal. How I could imagine it. So that is one thing. I know you said a little bit about how it's like, okay, there's like action packed, like fun and the combat should be action packed and fun. AZ Valhalla's got some freaking crazy action on that. That I will say that much for it. But I think Ghost of Tsushima should win. From what I've seen of it, it's a really, really wonderful game. So good category. Everything in here is good. Okay, what do we got now? Best action. This is different than action adventure, by the way.
Let's see what the nominees are and compare. Okay.
So
probably
completely
less
different, yeah. Less adventure.
I feel like, I'm gonna be honest. I don't feel like the that Last of Us really qualifies in that previous
Oh, I'm
category.
sorry.
I,
I forgot the puzzle rant. Keep going, keep going. I'll do it in a second.
um, I haven't played any of these games.
Yeah, neither
Hades,
of. I mean, we're gonna play Hades. We're gonna play
maybe
Hades.
Hades or Doom Eternal. Again, if I had to put money on it.
Did Neo? Did
Um,
Neo 2 actually come out this year? When did it come out this
yeah,
year?
it came out in like March.
March. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I can't believe I missed that. Um, okay, I have to do a really quick rant about puzzles. So, Western RPG slash Western action adventure puzzle makers. This goes for Cyberpunk too. I saw when you have a repeated puzzle, it no longer becomes an interesting puzzle. It becomes a speed bump. And it's a pain in the ass to have to do the same puzzle. If I do the same puzzle, like let's say I have like a hacking puzzle. All these the Western RPG makers, like let's take Fall for example. You go on their computer puzzle and you do their like you have to like crack the code. It's kind of nice to do the first like 5 times, but when I'm doing it for the 100th time, it is no longer a puzzle, it's a pain in the ass. Can you please come up with different puzzles that are not the same hacking puzzle over and over again? It no longer becomes interesting, it becomes a pain in the ass. It's just like, look, I've done this 100 times. What are we doing? Just maybe after like the first 10 times you do it, just start skipping the puzzle because it's not a puzzle anymore. It's just a pain. I don't get what the sensation is. Like with AC Valhalla, they keep doing this moving little like moving puzzle. You move the thing. Just why? Just stop. Just stop making that puzzle. It's no longer a puzzle. It's a pain in the ass. Can we stop? Like either make your puzzles unique or like make them like different and more difficult or something like that.
Or just don't
Or
have.
just like maybe say, okay, after the first 10, you get like a skill unlock that says you just automatically do it. Like Mass Effect 2 is a good example of this actually. That hack puzzle, kind of nice to do the first couple times. Doing it the 50th time, it's not a puzzle anymore. It's just like I'm like jogging outside and someone just stops me for 5 seconds. This is okay, hold on. Okay, keep going. It's like, why'd you stop me? Just because. It's like, no. Like, you don't have to stop me anymore. Let's just keep the game going. It's just a pain in the ass speed bump. Just remove those. Stop doing the same puzzle 100 times in your one game. It's no longer a puzzle. It becomes a pain in the ass. So, and I saw it in Cyberpunk. You do this like one puzzle. It looks kind of interesting to do the first 5 times. But I saw Baru do that puzzle like 10 times. And I got to be honest, it's just like, okay, this is dumb now. It's stupid. So, okay, that's all I have to say about the puzzles. Of the JRPGs I've played, they do a much better job of actually giving some variety.
I mean, I miss Tales of Symphonia when, every dungeon had like a unique theme and a unique like puzzle that spanned the entire dungeon. Now it's just like flip a switch here, flip a switch there, and move on.
Yep.
I miss old school dungeon design, to be honest, but
Yeah.
that's a discussion for another day, I
Yeah.
suppose.
But back to the action games. I haven't played any of these either. So I'm just gonna say Hades. Because Hades.
Yeah. I'd say favorite is Hades. Doom Eternal, maybe that'd be second.
Yeah, I think Doom Eternal and Hades, but I'm gonna say Hades. Haven't played any of them. Let's see. Innovation and accessibility. Okay, kind of unfortunate we don't know the exact innovations happening in some of these games. Recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. Here's the problem with this category. I literally don't know what the innovation was in these games. I wish I did.
Yeah.
I wish I did.
I don't know. I heard Ubisoft actually did a good job with AC Valhalla, but other than that, I have no idea.
I don't know what it was that they added. If someone wants to find it for us while we're sitting here, Grounded has arachnophobia mode. Oh, interesting. Okay, I can get down with that. I can get down with that. That's a good one. So I would love to see some of the other ones in here. That what features they added. I have no comment until I know all of them.
Yep. No, I don't know. I don't have comment on this category because
But
I don't know.
but I like an arachnophobia mode for the people that because the game obviously with the game setting I think it works really well. So we'll see. I know I heard some stuff with AC Valhalla. They did a good job, but I don't know. I don't know. I wish I knew more. Oh God, do we have to talk about best VR AR? I don't want to talk about that. Can we just skip
No.
it? Yeah,
Yeah, we
thank
can
God.
skip it. I have no comment on that category for sure.
Turns all the spiders into cats. That's a good one. I like that. Okay, best community support. Recognize a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates/patches. Why is Valorant in here again? Did somebody pay for Valorant to be in all these? I don't know. I don't know anything about like how is this getting everywhere?
I guess people really liked that $100 dragon skin in
I don't.
Valorant.
I don't know. Okay, Apex Legends, Destiny 2. Try. I want your serious thoughts about Destiny 2 when we get through this. Fall Guys. Fall Guys has a good shot. Fortnite. I don't know enough about Fortnite's like social media and like updates and patches. I don't know enough. No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky also has done a tremendous job. So let's keep that in mind. Again, I feel like Tencent paid for these. I can't do it with Valorant. So any thoughts about any of these, including Valorant? I guess.
I don't really play any of these games. I played Apex Legends a little bit when it came out, but I haven't since. So
Yeah.
I don't really have much of a comment on this category. I know the most about Destiny 2, so I would say that, but I don't. I know Fortnite. They're pretty good.
Fall Guys is good. Their team is pretty
Fall
good.
Guys is good. I know, God, but No Man's Sky got its big update a while ago. So, and I think that was more than the full reboot.
Yeah.
That was like more than a year ago. I don't know what they've done since then.
They've done a good job though. No Man's Sky has done a good
Yeah.
job. We have to give credit where it's due.
Yeah, no,
Again,
that game apparently was just a shit show when it came out, and they actually made it good now.
they actually
So
did a good job. I don't. Again, I'm like, why is Valorant still on all these things? I'm gonna go with Fall Guys, just because I think their social media presence in their community, people do a good job. That being said, I think Destiny 2 has a good shot. I think No Man's Sky should have a good shot too. I don't know enough about Apex Legends stuff, and I wish I don't know enough about Fortnite's presence. I wish I knew more about all these, but I would probably go with Fall Guys or Destiny 2. That being said, if like Fortnite or Apex won, I'd just be like, okay, that's good.
yeah,
Or if like
I agree. I think this is a very competitive category as well, with the exception of Valorant.
I just like what the
has...
I don't understand why Valorant's in some of these categories. I'm like, what? I don't hear about you anymore. So yeah, no, like I said, if anybody won this besides Valorant, I'd be perfectly fine with it. Best mobile game. Here we go.
Genshin Impact.
It's Genshin Impact. We haven't even seen it yet. Okay, so everybody's gonna go with Among Us. I get what you're saying with Among Us. I understand people are gonna say, okay, it's Among Us, it's Among Us. Among Us is gonna win so many other categories. My guess is they'll just give it to somebody else. Because I feel like Among Us is gonna win the multiplayer category, and I feel like Among Us has a good shot to win the Game of the Year category. So I had said to Spoon before, if Among Us wins Game of the Year, who knows if it does? Because I think it's being nominated for it. Genshin Impact's going to win this. If it doesn't win that one, Among Us will most definitely slide into the mobile one and win that one. Given it may not win multiplayer or something. I think it should be. Among Us isn't Game of the Year. Oh, I thought Among Us was nominated for Game of the Year. I'm going to double check.
No.
I thought it was.
I don't think so.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was. How high are you? How does that make me high for thinking it was nominated for Game of the Year? Are you serious? Like, what do you mean?
You know, Among Us, we talked about a category before that we think Among Us won, like best
Yeah, like
multiplayer,
it
one
can
of
win
those other
multiplayer
ones.
for sure. If it wins multiplayer, I think Genshin wins this one. If it doesn't win multiplayer, my guess is Among Us will win this
My
one.
thing, okay, again, can we see what it actually qualifies the category is?
Yeah, sure.
Like the
For the
the
best
statement.
for the best game playable on a mobile device, Among Us is
Okay,
playable on mobile.
that's
I think it's free on mobile actually. So it is playable on mobile. There's also I guess we should name the other ones: Call of Duty Mobile, Legends of Runeterra, Pokemon Cafe Mix. So I mean, Legends of Runeterra on here is kind of interesting, but yeah, I think it's either Among Us or Genshin.
yeah. I mean, I think they got to throw Genshin a bone. I think Genshin was popular enough this year that I think Genshin should win this
Yeah,
one.
it's yeah.
I really do.
Again, if Among Us doesn't win multiplayer, if it won this one, okay, that's fine. But if it does win multiplayer, which it's got a really really good chance of winning that, Genshin should win this one. So let's move on to the next one. We have best indie game. Here we go. Okay. We have Carrion, Fall Guys again, Hades, Spelunky 2, and Spiritfarer. I feel like the answer is Hades. So
Yeah,
move on.
I
Fall Guys has
yeah
like a
I
very small chance, but it's more than likely Hades.
yeah I think Falls Guys got a minuscule chance of winning this, but 90% plus that Hades wins this one.
Yeah, it's
It's
like over 90% plus. Yeah, it's like 90% plus. It just I feel like Hades should just win this like easily. The indie game
yeah,
nominated for
'cause
Game
that's
of the
the
Year
thing.
should win.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Hades was nominated for Game of the Year. How does it not win
How does it?
this?
Yeah, that's like unless it wins Game of the Year and they're just like, okay, it already won Game of the Year. Maybe we throw somebody else a bone for this one. Um, but who knows? Like, really, who knows? But yeah, it should be Hades. I just feel like there's no contest for this particular group, which is unfortunate because it's just like this game was nominated for Game of the Year. These other guys just don't really have much of a shot in that case. Best ongoing. Here we go. I have the answer for this already. It's Fortnite. It's literally Fortnite. It's Fortnite.
It's Fortnite.
It's Fortnite. It's always Fortnite. I understand that there are some really good ongoing games like No Man's Sky and Destiny 2. I understand that they're great ongoing games. It's Fortnite though.
This is like the same. What
It's
was the
Fortnite.
other category that we looked at that is basically the same as this category?
The community one.
Oh, the community. Oh, yeah. Okay. I guess it's a different, but
They should just create a category called Best Ongoing Fortnite Game. And it's just like Fortnite. It's just Fortnite. Because like there's I know I understand like some of these games again, I'm not going to count Apex Legends here for now, but I know Apex is a great game. And I know Call of Duty Warzone is really well received. But it's Fortnite and Destiny 2, they do a great job. No Man's Sky does a great job. It's Fortnite.
yeah, I think occasionally they'll give this to someone that's not Fortnite just to show that Fortnite doesn't win every year, but
Yeah.
Fortnite's gonna win most years.
It's Fortnite. And like No Man's Sky winning last year is great because I think they did such a great job and they had that big update. But it's Fortnite. I don't. It is like it's Fortnite. Yeah, LOL. Of course, LOL used to sweep this. LOL's not even on here anymore. Isn't that funny? LOL's not even on here.
Probably just retired from this category. 'Cause
Yeah, it's like
won too
it just
much.
keeps winning. Let's just stop. It keeps winning, guys. Okay, games for impact. I will read the thing for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. Oh my God! I have to mention something. Sorry, I want to read this. Best ongoing means, by definition, the game should win over and over again, which is sort of dumb idea in of itself. Yes, that's true.
Agreed.
Agreed. Can I point out? Tell me why was a game that was in some of the Microsoft events.
Yep.
It did come out. I want to play this game at some point. I don't know like what the reception was of it, but I do want to play this game at some point.
I mean,
that's all I have to say on that one.
It looked similar to What's the Square Enix one?
Oh shoot, why don't I remember this?
I know you played it.
I've played it. Yeah, great game too. I don't remember. I don't remember. Life is Strange. Life is
Life is
Strange.
Strange. Yeah, that's what it looks similar to.
Yeah, I do want to play this one. I I I don't know what the pro social meeting is of all these. Like I don't know what specifically it is. I
Yeah,
see
I
like
mean,
Found, Kentucky Route Zero TV edition, Spearfarer, Tell Me Why, Through the Darkest of Times. I wish they had like some like maybe subtext here that said, okay, this game did this game did this game did this. Kind of unfortunate that it's not there because I don't know exactly
yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
So,
I played a couple of hours of Spiritfarer, but other than that, I haven't touched any of these. The only other one that I've heard of is Tell Me Why. I haven't
right.
heard of the other three at all.
Yeah.
So,
These categories like the inclusive one, I wish they had like a subtext to say what it did so that people could
yeah,
know. It's kind of unfortunate that they don't have that because you don't exactly know. Okay, what exactly did the game do to cause it to be on this list? So, I don't have a vote because I don't know anything about
me neither.
what these games.
No
do.
vote.
Best performance. I'll for sure read the subtext on this one. Awarded to an individual for voiceover acting, motion, and/or performance capture. Okay, we have Ashley Johnson as Ellie, Laura Bailey as Abby, Daisuke Tsuji, did I say that right? As
Should be right.
Jin Sakai. Is that how you? I hope that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, Jin Sakai. Yeah,
Jin Sakai. Logan Cunningham as Hades. Oh man. Najee Jeter as Miles Morales. I hope I pronounced that right too, by the way. Yeah, again, I didn't play Last of Us, so I don't know the performance. I watched some of Last of Us 2.
I feel like one of those two is gonna win.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be Ashley
And
Johnson.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm rooting for Laura Bailey. She's been in this category the past like 4 or 5 years and has not won it. It's time she freaking won it.
Yeah.
So let's throw Laura Bailey a bone and have her win this category.
I also want to say something like, I think for whatever reason, because she was the voice actor for Abby, because people are crazy, she also got some of the Abby hate.
Oh yeah, no.
I feel so bad for her.
I heard she got some nasty like emails and or tweets.
I feel so bad
Last
for her.
of Us 2.
So that also I'm thinking about too. Like, I can't like. From what I watched of the game, it seemed like the performances of the characters were well done. I wish I haven't seen any of these other I haven't seen any of the other games specifically for their performances. But again, Laura Bailey does a great job in just about every voice acting role she does.
Oh, she's really good.
And I think Ashley Johnson as Ellie did a good job too.
Yep.
So, but again, this is one of those characters. Whoever wins, whatever for me. Good job for them. But yeah. I just feel bad for Laura Bailey. She took so much hate. Yeah, I don't understand why. It's so annoying that she did.
I don't know who will win this, but if I had a vote, well, you do have a vote. You can actually vote. I would vote for Laura Bailey just because I feel like she deserves to win this category after being nominated so many times and not winning.
Yeah.
So,
let's keep going though. Best audio design. Okay. Ongoing game has been a category since 2017. Fortnite has won every year but the first. Guess what game won in 2017?
Was it not League of Legends?
I don't think it's League. I bet it wasn't League. Okay. Is it fair to see who the nominees were for 2017? I would have loved to see the nominees. But in 2017, I don't think I feel like it's probably not League of Legends. I don't know what game came out around that time that would make it be different from League. What was the fad then? What was the fad at that time besides MOBAs? Was it Hearthstone? Overwatch? Oh goodness. That's right, because that was the peak Overwatch. So yeah, that makes sense actually. Yeah, if peak Overwatch was 2017, 2018, around that time. Okay. This is best audio design, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. Wasn't there like some drama with Doom Eternal with their, music.
That was with this. That was with the soundtrack.
That was the soundtrack. Okay.
This is different. This is not best soundtrack.
Okay,
This
good.
is audio
I
design.
got you. I got you. Doom Eternal, Half-Life, Alex, Ghost of Tsushima, Resident Evil 3, Last of Us Part 2. Oh, Resident Evil 3 is on here somewhere.
Yeah. Now the audio design in Ghost of Tsushima is really good. I'd say Resident Evil has a chance. Like, it's a horror game. If like the ambiance and like the sound effects with the horror is good in that game, then it's probably got a good shot. To be honest. But yeah, I haven't played any of them except Ghost of Tsushima,
Yeah.
so
I will
I'm not
say,
sure.
if Doom Eternal was anything like Doom in its in-game audio and sound design, it might have a chance. But I
Yeah.
don't I don't know how it was actually because I never played Doom Eternal. But Doom the Doom that I played a couple years ago, fantastic. It was really good. So,
Yep.
but
Yeah, I don't know.
we'll see on this one too. Let's see here. We have best score in music. Okay, so this is slightly different. Doom Eternal again. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Last of Us Part 2.
I'm gonna again throw an honorable mention. Persona 5 Royal should be on here because that game's soundtrack is incredible.
Trackers
Well,
immediately posted there. It's just like, to be fair, Persona 5 should be in here somewhere. Persona 5
I
Plus
mean,
should be in here somewhere.
Persona 5 should have won. Okay, here's the thing. If Persona 5 would have won this category back in 2017, I wouldn't be mad that it's not on here because it already won and people know it
Right.
was the best. But it got snuffed by Breath of the Wild, which is fucking stupid. Um, but anyways, it's not on here, so whatever. Um,
Sorry, someone was coming into my room, so I was like,
I've only played Final Fantasy VII Remake, and that game has an amazing soundtrack. I know Doom Eternal has a good one, but there was some drama
yeah, there was some
between
drama.
Bethesda and the composer. Um, I don't know about the others.
I mean, FF7R. How did you like the soundtrack in that game?
I mean, if, you know, it's really good.
Yeah.
I think it should win. I mean, again, I just don't have anything to compare it to because I haven't heard most of the others.
Okay.
Doom Eternal, I'm sure, is similar to Doom 2016, just kind of crazy rock and metal beats, that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, I'm biased because I'm a JRPG fan, and the only JRPG on here is Final Fantasy VII Remake, so that's where my vote would go. But I don't know who will actually win.
Yeah, be interesting to see who wins this. So, yeah, Doom Eternal. I know there was some. We already mentioned it. There was some drama, but the music in those games was great. So we'll see on that one. I'm hoping. Yeah, Last of Us 2 has music.
Yeah.
It has a soundtrack. People
I feel like
it.
it'll. I feel like it'll go to. I feel like it will go to either Final Fantasy VII Remake or Doom Eternal.
I think so. We don't
I
know
don't.
Hades soundtrack, I guess, but well, yeah, I'm thinking one of those two should win. So let's see here. Best art direction. Best art direction. Okay. We have FF7R, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and Last of Us 2.
Yeah, when we get to some of these categories near the top, like it's just all the same games
Yeah,
that are
yep.
up for Game of the Year as well.
Yep. So for outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. Can I be honest? I don't want to give it to FF7R.
Yeah, I mean FF7R looks great, but I don't think it's super unique.
I don't want to give it to Last of Us 2 either. I don't want to give it
Yeah,
to
no. I don't know. I don't even know why Last of Us 2 is in here. Like it's okay, it's a zombie game. Like
I don't know why that one's in here too.
Yeah, I mean probably Ori or Ghost of Tsushima has some really pretty vistas and stuff like that. There's some cool stuff with yeah, I agree. Either one of the three in the middle, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, or Ori.
Yeah, one should be in the middle. One of the three in the middle.
Ori, I know, is really pretty. I know Hades looks pretty cool. I'm gonna say Ori takes this one. just because it's so different and unique.
Yeah, it
Um,
Ori definitely. I feel like Ori needs should get some love here, and this would be a great
yeah,
place to get it.
it's nominated for a lot of things, but I don't think it has much of a shot in a lot of the things it's nominated for. So again,
I would like to see it
give
get
it,
some love.
give them this one.
Yeah. Best narrative. Here we go. Here we go. We're getting into the big ones.
Yeah.
13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, The Last of Us Part 2. Whoo boy. Last of Us 2, Last of Us Part 2 being on here may make some people upset. That is for sure what I'm going to say. Um, 13 Sentinels,
Uh,
Aegis Rim is on here,
I
which
think it's
is,
got an out. I've heard maybe not. Probably not enough people have played it to give it to 13 Sentinels. I haven't played it yet either, but it's on my list. It's one of the games I'm going to be starting very shortly. I've heard the story is amazing in that game.
mm,
Um, FF7Rs was good, but it didn't blow me away. So, eh. Ghost of Tsushima, that's an omega lol to me that this is on here. I mean, I'm sure it's fine, but come on, it's an open world game. There's no way it has that good of a story. Um, and again, I haven't played Hades, but it's a roguelike. There's no way it has that good of a story. I just don't believe that.
let's not give a story accolade to a Nomura game. That's dangerous territory. Yeah, if we do, that's dangerous territory. I don't know. Unfortunately, I can
I, I'm
honestly say if Last of Us 2 wins this, people are going to be mad. People will be mad.
I think Last of Us 2. It might. I mean, but it also, and I feel we'll get there when we get to Game of the Year. But it might not because it was so divisive. There were plenty of
Mm-hmm.
people who didn't like it and didn't like the story.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, yeah, we'll see. I think I don't think it'll be Ghost of Tsushima or Hades. This doesn't feel like the right category for those games. Um,
Yeah, I don't know.
I think 13 Sentinels is a little too niche. I'd like to see it win just because it's niche, um, and is supposed to have an incredible story. But I'd say FF7R or Last of Us wins it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give an outside shot to 13 Sentinels if enough people played it. I guess I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
the problem. Is like enough
Um,
people have to play it, and I'm not sure. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna say if the only thing I'm gonna say is if Last of Us 2 wins it, people are going to be mad. People will be mad. Okay, we've got best game direction, and then we have game of the year. So best game direction, we have awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. FF7R, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, Last of Us Part 2. Okay. I want to say this about some of these. I don't know exactly what the innovation side of this is, but um I'm not sure what Last of Us did to like to get this one.
I mean, I don't know what Ghost of Tsushima does in this category either. It's just it's an open world game. I mean, I guess you like follow the wind. I'll give it to that,
Yeah.
but I don't see Ghost of Tsushima as super. Okay, I guess some of the open world mechanics. The it's got some interesting. I won't call them puzzles, but like ways that you collect things with like the haikus and then like the bamboo strike and the fox dens and you follow the wind. Okay, maybe Ghost of Tsushima.
Mm. So
Well, the thing with Final Fantasy VII Remake is it's a very different game than the original Final. I think the combat system in Final Fantasy VII Remake is actually pretty innovative.
mm.
Um, it was pretty different. So
Yeah, I have no vote for this one, to be honest. I don't know enough about these some of them.
maybe Half-Life Alyx. I mean, I heard it was pretty good as a VR game. Maybe. I
Yeah,
don't think
maybe.
Last of Us will win this. It doesn't seem like the right category for it. doesn't seem super innovative. Maybe the story was in some ways, but in terms of gameplay and design, no.
Yeah, I don't.
I think
I
it's
don't
the
get it.
same as the first game,
It
which
it didn't seem different at all. It seemed like I don't understand why it's on here. But I mean, like some of the stuff that I watched from Ghost of Tsushima from you seemed very. I'm gonna say unique compared to some of the open world games
yeah,
that I
no,
played.
you're right. My initial comment on that I think was off kilter. When I thought about it a little more, I'm like, okay, actually, compared to a lot of open world games, it did do things
Yeah.
different. So
So Ghost of Tsushima would be a good vote.
I'll rescind what I initially said about Ghost of Tsushima in this category.
Okay. Yeah, I
Um,
would say Ghost of Tsushima would get my vote. Not to discount some of the other games in here like FF7R or Hades.
yeah, yeah,
We're getting the
I don't know.
repeats. Yeah, we're getting repeats. Don't worry, the
Yeah,
game of
no,
the year is going to be a repeat too.
these top like 3, 4, 5 categories are just all the same games basically, and then we're gonna get to game of the year, and it's all the same games.
There'll be Half-Life Alex will be replaced with
Yeah,
something. I don't remember what it is. I forgot. But let's get to it. Let's get to it. So it's the ones you guys saw already. Oh, it's Animal Crossing. That's right. Animal Crossing in here with Doom Eternal.
and Doom Eternal. Yeah.
Okay. Recognize a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. Doom Eternal, FF7R, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing New Horizons, The Last of Us Part 2. Can I make a comment?
Yep.
Does Animal Crossing have a shot in here?
Uh,
What
maybe.
I just don't like I haven't I don't know. There's like well I'm just like part of me is like why is this in here? I don't know. I guess I just don't know enough about it. But
You
like
feel
why
like
is
just
it in
because
here?
it was super popular, is it the best game that came out this year? Absolutely freaking not.
I'm like why is this? That's why I'm thinking like why is this in here? But I don't know. Maybe because it was just like such a big game. So
Yeah, that feels like a popularity vote to me. It's like,
yeah
oh, that game was because it also, as Tyler is saying in chat, it came out like right around when quarantine started for everybody, so just everyone was glued to their
yeah
Switches playing
everybody was
Animal
playing it.
Crossing
Yeah,
back in March.
that is 100%
So
fair. Um, man, I wish I played more of these. Like particularly
yeah,
Doom Eternal. Like I do want to play Doom Eternal.
the only one I've played is sorry, I've played Final Fantasy VII Remake. I didn't beat Ghost of Tsushima, but I've played it.
Yeah. Well, I can go with the reception that people have had of these games. Doom Eternal was received well. I know that, and like if it's anything like the Doom, the previous Doom, the game will be very fun. I really enjoyed the first Doom that came out a couple years ago. I guess we'll call it the Doom remake. Um, FF7R, other than the stupid stun mechanic thing, I had no complaints with the game. I did have fun playing it, so I'm sure that would have continued for the rest of my playthrough. And once I finish it, it was a good game, so I have no complaints about it really beyond the stun thing. I mean, I watched you play Ghost of Tsushima. Game was received well. Hades received well. Animal Crossings, I'm kind of scratching my head. I don't. I'm like, okay, if Last of Us Part 2 wins this,
The rage,
there will be rage
the nerd
of
rage.
epic proportions, which is why I hope it doesn't win this. I I'm leaning towards like just based on my knowledge of all these games. Um yeah, Hades is weird to me. Hades was in early access for a bit of time and it then released, and so now that it's actually released it's being considered now. It feels weird cuz it's I guess it feels like it's been out for a couple years by comparison to some of these other games. Um I want Ghost of Tsushima or FF7 to win. I would
I
like to see
want
those win.
of these games, or the ones I've played at least, and from what I've seen, Final Fantasy VII Remake is my favorite game on this
Mm.
list. It's not my favorite game from this year, but of the ones on this list, it's my favorite game. I think Ghost of Tsushima will win.
I hope it's one of those two. I really do. Nothing against Hades. I mean, like, but like, I'm uneasy about Hades. Like, it's been out for like 3 years, technically, or like I guess maybe 2.5 would be more appropriate. Like 2.5. But like, if it wins, it wins. Whatever.
Yeah,
But
I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna be mad if Hades wins. I know people really like it.
I would like to see FF7R and Ghost of Tsushima win. I think Doom Eternal, like, I would be surprised if Doom Eternal won. If Animal Crossing won, I think I'd just laugh. I'd just like, okay, interesting. Last of Us Part 2, if that wins, we're in trouble. Because people are going to be
I
super mad on Twitter. Twitter will be bad for a couple days. If an indie game wins though, that is really obviously that is a great thing. Indie game winning would be huge.
I think Last of Us has a chance, but I think there were enough people that really didn't like it that it won't win. I think it was divisive enough that it won't win.
If it wins, okay, let's just talk about if it wins compared to some of these others. If Last of Us Part 2 wins. So, can I ask a question? This is a dumb question. I want to make sure that I'm very clear on this. If every fan votes for, like, for example, if everybody votes for Ghost of Tsushima, is it only a fan vote, or is it like fans get a vote?
Fan vote. Fan vote counts for 10%.
Okay, fan votes 10%.
The other 90% is, I guess, some sort of, I don't know if it's a vote or a discussion, but they have in the on one of the tabs you can find out like who the voting jury is, and it's media, it's gaming media outlets from around the world.
Got it.
Basically, who vote on this. 90% from that, 10% from the fan vote.
From the fans.
And by the way, there was a fan vote like game of the year thing. They had like 30 games on. There were like 3 rounds. It started with 30 games. It was like 10 and then down to 5 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure Ghost of Tsushima won that on the fan vote.
Yeah. So the fact that it's 1090, critics really liked Last of Us Part 2. Like,
for the most part,
really liked it.
There were a few though that were like, no, this is hot trash. I hate this. There were a few.
This is true. But my point is, if critics are 90%, I think Last of Us will win. And maybe. Twitter is going to go crazy.
Critics really liked Ghost of Tsushima as well, though.
That's true.
Not as much as Last of Us.
And that's the thing. It's like, okay. So Twitter, I'm going to say, will be pretty exciting over the weekend. I think I will be ready if Last of Us Part 2 wins for some lovely things to talk about.
Last of Us Part 2 is gonna win something, right? I mean, we talked about it a lot, but at least from our discussion, we didn't really have it winning any category. It's gonna win something. I don't know what it's gonna win, but
the critics aren't people. It's all publications like did have a good critical reception as well. True.
Yeah, I mean, all of these games had good critical reception.
This is true.
They wouldn't be up for Game of the Year if they didn't. Yeah, I really don't know. If I had to put money on it, I think Ghost of Tsushima will win. I want Final Fantasy VII Remake to win because, again, I'm biased. I'm a big JRPG fan, and yeah, I'd like to see a JRPG win this. So there you go.
Yeah, I would like to see that or Ghost of Tsushima win. I'd be very happy. If Hades won, that would be great too, though, because an indie game winning Game of the Year would be massive. I don't know if there's ever like I don't know like when the last time if that has happened, an indie game has won Game of the Year. I would be very interested to know when that happened, if that did happen. If there was since the Game Awards have been running, if there has been an indie game, and if there has, what it was. Because if Hades wins, then theoretically, assuming that nobody else has won, like that would be like one of the biggest accomplishments for a game. So definitely, yeah, someone please check because that would be amazing if Hades won. If that's the case, where it was the first indie game to win. So that's all the nominations we have. We just ran through all of them. For the most part.
We did.
We skipped some esports stuff. But we just ran through all of our sort of either votes or non-votes. I mean, like it should be, hopefully the indie games get some love here, like Ori and Hades. I do want Fall Guys to get some love too. That game did such a great job, and it was such a nice, simple but really fun experience. I want that game to do well.
Yeah, what I don't want to see is, those top, 5 or 6 categories where it was pretty much all the same games getting nominated. I don't want one game to just sweep all of those
Yeah.
categories.
Oh
That would
god,
be
that'd be
really
annoying.
stupid.
That'd be really annoying. No indie game. Yeah. So if Hades won, first indie game.
Like if
That's
Last of
big.
Us 2 won all of those categories, like, best art direction, best sound design, best narrative, game of the year. If it won all of those categories, God, the internet was going to be
It'll
so
explode.
mad.
Yeah. So I do know that that Dragon Age Inquisition one, which is hilarious because like that game has
That was a
problems.
bad year. That was a bad year.
And
Seriously, like
Overwatch
no
one, oh man, Overwatch
no.
one. Overwatch on release though was such a big title that it had to win that year. I don't even know what the contenders were with Overwatch, but that year was just like that was the year of Overwatch. Nothing else really mattered.
Nope. It didn't.
So, and Inquisition, yeah, Inquisition came out in a terrible year. Like the game was a solid game. Like it was a good experience, but that game had problems. It had
Oh yeah.
problems. So,
Not not game of the year material in most years.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, let me switch to my other overlay real quick here, and we will close things down. Battleborn should have won. Oh boy, that would have been something. So we're gonna close down. Today's episode was a bit longer, but that's because we ran through all those game awards and we had lots of good game news. So hopefully, hopefully you, whether you agree or disagree with our game awards, the game that you really enjoyed and played a lot will get some love. Particularly some of those indie titles that people really enjoyed, like Hades and Ori and such. So be sure to follow all of our socials as per usual. I talked about it at the very beginning. Please go do so. I'm not going to rant about the YouTube algorithm again, but liking and subscribing and commenting on these videos is really important. Liking our tweets and stuff is really important. And being a part of our Discord community would be great so that you can join us for some of these movie nights and game nights that we've been talking about. I'm also not going to rant about why this stuff is helpful and how easy it is to do these things because it's all relative to everybody. But liking some of our tweets and such, if you're following our Twitter, it's a simple press of the button on your phone. And as Blizzard said, don't you guys have phones? So it should be pretty simple. I think that's all I want to say about that stuff. With that, like I said, I don't want to actually go into a full rant. So, Spoon, anything else before we fully close down?
I mean, yeah, it should be an exciting. I mean, next week's episode I think should be pretty good. I think there'll be some fallout to talk about from the Game Awards. Whatever wins or doesn't win, there's going to be some nerd rage on the internet, so that'll be interesting. And they said there's going to be, I don't know, 12 to 15 game announcements at the Game Awards, so
Oh
there'll
my
be plenty of
gosh.
that to talk about.
Too bad I have class.
Yeah, unfortunately we talked about possibly doing a live stream of the Game Awards, but Otto has class, so we won't be doing that. But we will cover it next week on the podcast. So yeah, stay tuned for that.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we appreciate all of the interaction and everybody coming and hanging out. So for that, hold on, I have to make a comment. Hey, so for the people who aren't Auto, can we have a watch party in your server? Yeah, you guys should. You should totally do that.
Yeah, we can do. I mean, yeah, if you guys want to do a watch party tomorrow of the Game Awards, I am down for that.
You guys
If
totally
you guys
should.
wanna hop in general tomorrow. When is the Game Awards? I think I want to say it starts at
question.
like 4 Pacific. That's my guess, but
Yeah,
I don't
you
remember.
guys totally should. If it's at 4, wait, 4 Pacific? Okay, can someone check that please? When's the Game Awards before we end? Game Awards start time. It says 4 p.m. Pacific. How long is the Game Awards supposed to last, do you think?
It's gonna be like 3 hours.
Okay. I can join that for like the first hour or so. If I'm 100% sure I can get all my work done beforehand, I could join you guys for an hour, but that's about it because my class is at 6.
But we're not gonna do like a podcast stream.
No,
for
no.
it, right? Just watch party.
There will be no podcast live stream of that, just because of that. Sorry guys, I'm a poop head. But if you guys want to do a watch party in Discord, feel free to do so. So that'll be something that we can set up and we'll do for tomorrow when the Game Awards start. So, but we can talk about that in the Discord. That's why you should be there. So thanks everybody. We'll call it there, and any other discussion regarding this stuff will happen in the Discord. So we'll see you guys next week with the podcast. As for our gameplay session, Spoon hopefully will get started this weekend or early next week, and AC Valhalla will happen again maybe once next week just because of my exams. So thanks everybody. We'll see you guys next time.
Have a good night.
Yep.